Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Steelix. Steelix is a very cool Pokemon, really high defense, pretty good HP as well, so it's a really effective physical wall. It also has base 85 attack, which whilst not amazing is still pretty good, and it's slow enough that you can pull off a Trick Room scenario or things like Gyro Ball. Now this is an update video because Steelix has got new moves in the Isle of Armor update. If you want to check out the previous video that I made, please do go and check out the card that's in the corner of the video. Obviously I'd recommend watching this video first though. Whilst I'm doing a little bit of plugging, it would be brilliant if you could please like this video and also subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out so much and just would be hugely appreciated. Okay, so moving back to Steelix, we have got 4 sets today. 3 generic, so the first 2 are generic, then we've got a Dynamax, and then we've got another generic one, which is a little bit more different, but it also works, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first of all, we have got a Iron Defense Body Press set with hazards. Now, this is probably one of my favourite ways to run Steelix, actually. We've got leftovers allowing for us to heal ourselves up, because you will take some hits with this, unless you're running like Trick Room, so then you'll likely outspeed the majority of things. We've got Sturdy as our ability, just in case you come up against a Pokemon, like a special Pokemon that's got a Water or Fire type attack that's really powerful. That could potentially take you down to your Sturdy immediately, but having that there and then having the opportunity for Stealth Rocks is quite nice. The fact that you are slow does kind of put a downer on your Stealth Rocks ability, because if you want to set up Stealth Rocks turn 1, you could well be facing a Taunter, so do be cautious about that. Make sure you know kind of what Pokemon typically run Taunt on themselves, and also things like Magic Bounce from Xatu and Espeon. And I think also Hatterene does that as well. Not 100% sure on that one, but you can check that out. Anyways, we've got Body Press, which is a powerful fighter type attack, and the really good thing about this is it goes on the defense rather than the attack. So you have got an absolutely huge defense stat here at 548. You're using Body Press, which, whilst it's not stab, it is a very strong attack and will hit a lot of Pokemon for a lot of damage. You've then got Iron Defense. Now, if you get 1 Iron Defense up, you are over 1000 defense, which means your Body Press is going to destroy, like completely destroy. So that works so nice for you. Honestly, I think the Body Press Iron Defense combination for Steelix is an absolutely huge one, especially if you're running like a Trick Room scenario. You could potentially sweep a team. So having Trick Room, I would say 90% chance you should run it, but it's up to you. And then finally, I've gone for Dragon Tail. Now, Dragon Tail is minus priority, so you're guaranteed to get hit, but you can Dragon Tail and get rid of the Pokemon and get another Pokemon in, allowing for them to be hit by the Stealth Rocks. Now, if you've got other Pokemon that are set up some hazards, like spikes and toxic spikes, maybe like Quillfish, and then you've got something that's set up sticky webs potentially, that could have a huge impact on that Pokemon. It could have, it could take up to 75% health. If it's like Bug and Ice, if it's like a Frosmoth, and you've got Stealth Rocks and 3 Laser Spikes up, that will take 75% damage on entry. So that is absolutely huge. If you want to try it that way, you definitely can, and the Dragon Tail allows for you to force those switches, which they may not be as willing to do. EVs, I've gone for max HP and max defense with an impish nature, so more defense, less special attack, and 4 EVs in attack, And you could also go for, I'm just trying to figure out what nature it is. It's a relaxed nature, so more defense, less speed. Now, the less speed you have, if you're running like Trick Room, as I said, and you get an Iron Defense up, you can then Body Press, potentially sweep. Obviously, do be very cautious of Ghost types, because they are the one type that are probably going to be a real concern for you. Flying types will also be a concern, but realistically, flying types are not going to want to come in against Steelix, and barring Heat Wave, they don't really have too much to be able to do against Steelix, but you could also run something like Gyro Ball if you wanted to on this instead of Dragon Tail. It's kind of a hybrid of 2 sets in a way here, so you could split this off into like a Stealth Rock, Toxic, Dragon Tail, and something else set, and you could also have a Body Press, Iron Defense, and then have like 2 other attacking moves on the set. So it's up to you how you decide to run it. If you want to split this into 2 sets, you definitely can, but I like the idea of running this set together. I think it works relatively nicely. Moving to our second set, we have got a Curse set. Now, I really like using Curse for some Pokemon. Steelix is one of them. It lowers down the speed and increases the attack and the defense. Now, obviously, your defense is already sky high, so if you have a physical Pokemon against you, even if it's like a fire type or a ground type, you're probably not going to be taking too much damage, especially if you've set up a curse or two. So definitely you're defensive here, but if you do have special Pokemon in the opposing field, do be a little bit more cautious. Try and get rid of them first before going in with this curse, maybe late game kind of sweep idea. So we've got Curse to lower our speed, set up our attack and our defense, and then move-wise we've got Earthquake, powerful ground type attack, boosted by stab, hits a variety of Pokemon, Gyro Ball, which as you get slower it gets more effective, so that can work very nicely for you, and then Head Smash, which coils, which combines with the Rock Head very nicely to mean you take no recoil, and it also hits things like flying types. As I said before, they can be a bit of a pain, but it can work very, very nicely for you is what I'm trying to say. If you want to put Body Press on this set after you've set up the defenses, you definitely can as well. I just didn't want to put that on too many sets. I've put Rockhead as the ability. Now, you could go Sturdy, but realistically, I think Rockhead works better with the Head Smash there, and you have got the opportunity for Sheer Force, but I think I cover that in a later on set, so don't worry about that too much right now. And then Leftovers, allowing for us to heal up. Eevee's gone for max HP, max attack with a brave nature, so more attack, less speed. The whole point of the Gyro Ball is to get as slow as possible, so you can destroy them essentially with the Gyro Ball. And then 4 Eevees in special defense. You could always run this as like max HP, max special defense if you're really concerned about your special defense, but I think max HP, max attack works quite nicely. Moving on to the third set, this is a Dynamax set. Now, this is a little bit more interesting set. So, we have Psychic Fangs in here. Psychic Fangs is a really good move for getting rid of things like Aurora Veil and Screens. Now, Aurora Veil, obviously, if you see on the Alolan Ninetales, 99% of the time it is running Aurora Veil Snow Warning. But you've also got things, I believe, like Abomasnow runs Aurora Veil Snow Warning as well. So, there's an opportunity to see it there. But Psychic Fangs, 1, allows you to get rid of all those, and 2, when you Dynamax, it allows you to set up the Psychic Terrain, which 1, activates your Psychic Seed, and the Psychic Seed raises up your special defense by 1 stage. Obviously, your special defense being quite low naturally means that that is quite a benefit for you, because it allows you to be a bit more tanky. It takes you up an extra, like, what, 75, 80 in your stats, so about 240 something, which works quite nicely. But the fact that you've set up the Psychic Terrain means that priority moves cannot be used anymore, which is very nice because they can be a pain in the ass. And then you've got Body Press on here. Body Press obviously turns to Max Knuckle, increasing up your attack stats, and that will allow for the Psychic Fang, Steel Roller, and Earthquake to do more damage. You've then got Steel Roller. Now, Steel Roller will be a one and done used move, unless you're using it with Dynamax to set up the Max Steel Spike to increase your defense. Then you can use that up to 3 times. But the Steel Roller relies on you setting up the Psychic Terrain. You can use the Steel Roller to get rid of the terrain. Now, this can work effectively as well if you have a Pokemon in the opposing team that's going to set up terrain. So let's say you're in a draft league. You've got Steelix, your opposing Pokemon has got a Rillaboom. Rillaboom, 99 times out of 100, runs grassy terrain. If you can get that in and get that Steel Roller off, which is going to be very, very powerful because it's a powerful move and it's boosted by Stab. 1, you could, well, take out the Rillaboom, and 2, you get rid of that terrain, so those grassy glides become a lot less scary. Then we have Earthquake. It turns to Max Quake, increasing up your defense stats, so it can work quite nicely there as well. Honestly, I think that this is a really lush Dynamax set. I think that this could work very, very nicely. I haven't used it properly, but I could definitely see this working very nicely. A lot of people wouldn't predict it, and it is kind of crazy. If you don't want to go for the Psychic Fang side, you don't have to. You can go for like Thunder Fang. I think it learns Thunder Fang. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check. It does learn Thunder Fang, so if you want to do that and get Electric Terrain, that's obviously a possibility as well. You can go for Drill Run if you want to, or not Drill Run, but maybe Head Smash again is an option. If you want to take out Steel Roller, you can go for Heavy Slam or possibly even Iron Head if it learns it. Yep, or Iron Head. So lots of different options that you have here that you can use. So do consider that. EVs come from max HP and max attack with Adamant Nature, some more attack, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. I think that's the best way to run it, if I'm honest. You could always go for like the max HP, max special defense, and gain the bulkiness with the Psychic Seed, but honestly, I don't think that's really needed. And the reason that I went for the Psychic Fangs over the Thunder Fang was because the Electric Seed raises your defense, whereas the Psychic Seed raises your special defense, and I think you would benefit more from the special defense, unless you're going for, again, that kind of body press boosting set. So obviously it depends what you're playing, what your plan of play is. And finally, we have a Dragon Dance set. Now, I've gone for Life Orb, Sheer Force as the kind of combination here. So if you didn't know, if Sheer Force is activated, so it takes away the secondary effects of any moves, then the Life Orb damage does not happen, but you still get the boosted effects. So you still get the 1.3 times without the minus 10 health. Minus 10% health, sorry. We've got Dragon Dance. Now, Dragon Dance raises up your attack and your speed by 1 stage each time you use it. Obviously, Steelix has quite good defense, so you could possibly even get 2 of these up before being any concern. And then you've got Earthquake, powerful ground type attack. It's a variety of different Pokemon. The only issue with Earthquake is the fact that it doesn't have a secondary effect, so you would take the Life Orb recoil with that one. But you then have Crunch, which is a powerful dark type attack, good coverage typically. I think dark types typically are underrated for their coverage generally, but you've got Crunch there that does have a secondary effect, so it does get the Sheer Force and the Life Orb boost without the recoil, and the same with Iron Head, and that's also a stab attack, so can work very nicely for you as well. EV's gone for max attack and max speed with a jolly nature, so more speed, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. I'd definitely recommend going for the jolly here, because even if you've got 2 Dragon Dances up, there's possibly going to be some Pokemon that do outspeed you, so maybe have like a Thunder Wave user in the back, maybe to set up a couple of Thunder Waves before coming in late game with the Dragon Dance Steelix. Anyways, that is all for today, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here. It's been a good one, and I'll see you soon.